knowledge. Oh, yep.
Oh, yeah, I think we're streaming now.
Maybe? Oh! We're live. We're live and things.
We're live. My hiney vibrated.
Oh. Meh, meh.
It didn't go off on my watch, though, so it's probably not important. But maybe it's telling me that we're live.
Fuck off.
Oh.
Yes. Probably.
I love technology, and I'm so good at it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There we are. We're live.
We're live.
Okay.
I'm glad our phone
Well, we
told
know
us.
it's working because I was notified.
Yay, notifications are turned on.
I have done been notified.
Okay. Our point, if you can't read, is that the best thing ever happened yesterday.
It really did.
Because somebody sent me a video in the messenger, and it said murder and Chad and Lori. And then I went on the internet, and I found the actual proof that it exists.
It's been a really great week for true crime in Idaho.
It really
if we wanted to be
has.
really honest.
It really has, especially for people named Lori.
Yes. Should we start with the first Lori so we can get into the meat of our...
Probably.
So, I don't know who's watching. Probably no one, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You can watch this later. I won't judge.
It's fine.
So, Lori Isenberg, and this was when... I feel like I can talk about my time at the courthouse now.
I think you can.
Since I don't work there anymore.
I think you can.
We didn't close the door. I can see your diamond paintings.
That's fine.
Anyway.
That way Neffy can come and go as she pleases.
So, there was a lady named Lori, not Vallow. Her name was Lori Isenberg. And, goodness, how long ago was it that she was indicted for, well, I don't think she was indicted, but charged for the grand theft?
Fuck-a-doodle-doo, a long time ago.
Like, I think it's been about 3 years. I think it was like 2018. So, I had this problem when I worked at the courthouse that somehow cases would follow me wherever I went. Like, there were certain cases that, like, I saw through all the stages of the case, like, purely just by chance. So, I happened to do her first appearance when she was arrested for embezzling a bunch of money from a nonprofit that,
A federal nonprofit?
A federal nonprofit. Well, they get federal fair housing funds.
Right.
The North Idaho Housing Coalition, or I think that's what it's called. Anyway, so she had embezzled like $500,000 because it was pretty complicated. Like, I think she's a smart lady. She's just...
So,
there's proof, people. People can track this. But anyway, so...
a body may or may not have been found on February 13th, 2018, and that's when everything was starting to come out.
Well, okay, so when she was arrested the first time, they hadn't found him yet.
Right.
So, it was probably December or January.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So anyway, so her husband just happened to fall off the boat in Lake Coeur d'Alene.
In February.
In February.
We all go boating in February.
Well, I mean, I know people who do,
Yeah.
but I don't think for them that was really too out of the ordinary.
You mean with the special smoothie?
Yeah, with her special naked juice. Full of the crushed up Benadryls. Anyway, bottom line, they found her husband's body, and guess what? Lake Coeur d'Alene's real cold in February, so I don't remember. I think he was in the lake for like a month.
Yeah, it was like 30-some days before
It was
they
a
found
long
him.
time before they found him.
That's how many people are out on the lake.
But anyway, I remember her attorney arguing that she needed to get out of jail because likely they were going to have to plan a funeral soon because her husband had gone missing on Lake Coeur d'Alene. I'm like, she's in big trouble. Does anyone really think he just fell in? Like, it never sat right with me.
No.
So anyway, she was charged. She was supposed to go to trial, I think originally like last July.
She embezzled over $570,000.
Yes. And here's the thing, she did not need the money.
Nope.
Like, she literally did not need the money. Her and her husband, I think they had waterfront lake property.
Yeah.
Or near. I mean, they were definitely very near. They were living in a very expensive area. And I think that's because her husband worked hard and had invested well, and I think she had done okay for herself in life, and she claimed she was trying to help her children. But, you know, you can't really effectively help your children by embezzling because I think, didn't 2 of her daughters get charged?
I actually have that in front of me. Lodge also sentenced 2 of her daughters, Tracy of Rathdrum and April of Coeur d'Alene. They both plead guilty to conspiracy to commit program theft. Tracy got 3 years of probation. April got a month of house arrest and 3 years of probation. And then her other 2 daughters had been previously sentenced for participation in the wire fraud.
Oh, okay.
Both get 3 years probation and 100 hours of community service.
Well, I hope they do their community service. Actually, I don't care.
A lot of people don't.
But she entered an Alford plea, which people get pissy about people entering Alford pleas because they don't have to actually admit anything.
So to the idiots, what is...
So an Alford plea is when you admit that there is enough evidence that you believe a jury would find you guilty.
Even if you don't say you're guilty.
Right. And there was enough evidence.
Yeah.
There was so much evidence.
But I made myself a smoothie with a bunch of Benadryl in it to commit suicide.
I don't believe her bullshit.
No.
Because she's like, I wasn't trying to get away with anything. Yeah, she jumped bail, leaving one of her daughters responsible for a $75,000 bond.
I like the part where her daughter was, explaining this during the sentencing and said, the bail bondsman called me and asked, what's up? Where's your mom? And I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
She told me she transferred it to someone else. Like, you can do that.
Don't worry, I have it taken care of. I'm not a compulsive liar or anything.
I think she is a compulsive liar.
She's something.
But anyway, she was sentenced, I think, pretty similarly. Well, if she'd gone to trial, the death penalty would have been on the table. And she, I'm sure she pled, so, she wouldn't face the lethal injection.
But she got sentenced
to a life sentence with 30 years fixed, and she's mid-60s.
She's 67 years old.
Yeah, she's not, 97 before she's even eligible for parole.
She might get a compassionate release in her 90s if she's still kicking, but...
We lost a viewer.
Oh my god.
So sad.
Because we're not talking about the Doomsday Mormon cult parents.
We're gonna get there. Come back. Come back, people.
Yeah, you can't hear us, but come back.
Actually, I don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe I should care more.
Maybe.
Also, so anyway, so she got a good long sentence. The judge who sentenced her was one that I worked with a lot. He's a great judge.
He's a delightful...
I don't want to say I love that man, but
How long did he let her prattle on?
45 minutes.
So then...
That was in the Coeur d'Alene Press, by the way.
So then he gets... I listened to all that. It never ended.
Yeah, me too.
He gets to the point where he's like, blah, blah, goals of sentencing, blah. Now I believe what you said.
That's, his normal spiel. He will, he repeats him, he repeats the same things over and over again every time he sentences someone. So his, the punishment and deterrent and all that, it's the same every single time.
I love it. But he's like, I believe what you said after listening to you is your truth. But your truth is not held up by the evidence.
No.
Which is a really, really nice way of saying, bitch, you liar. Or crazy or delusional.
Let's not forget that this is also the man who wore an ice cream cone tie under his robes when sentencing a murderer. I wonder if he wears ice cream cone tie.
Do you know him well enough to ask?
Nah. I don't know. Maybe I can drunk text the judge later. Might be fun.
Hey, Judge, long time no talk. I'm curious what tie you wore.
I wonder who his clerk was. I could ask his clerk. I'd feel more comfortable with that. I'm not sure if it was who it usually is or not.
We can investigate.
But...
Anyways.
He's a great judge. He did the right thing. I don't care what anyone says.
I mean, even 15 years fixed, she's probably going to be too old to ever do anything. But
and
I like the, don't do this shit, we don't take it.
And normal, I really, because I know this judge fairly well, I kind of expected him to pick somewhere in the middle between the defense and the prosecutor's recommendations. Like,
I forgot how to drink water.
oh my god, don't choke.
I'm okay.
Like, I really expected, like, 20 or 25 fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But he did 30.
The last 30.
Well, I think he was the judge on the case when she jumped bail, so he has no patience for her nonsense.
Yeah, especially when you fuck over your entire family and they all sit there talking about how horrible of a person you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now she gets to sit in jail with no family members that love her.
Well, and, like, it was her own daughters that testified against... Well, it wasn't testimony, but gave...
Victims
impact statements first.
That was deep.
One of them was very mad that an Alford plea was accepted, but, like, otherwise it would have gone to a jury trial. And really, the sentence is probably... I mean, if it went to a jury trial, the jury has to decide if someone gets the death penalty or not.
Because Idaho's like that.
Yeah. Which, really, I think most states, like, I think they have to be like that pretty much now.
Yeah.
Which I think is I mean, I don't want to say I'm a proponent of the death penalty. People are going to hate me.
I am. I'll say
it.
You kill people, I kill you back.
Right. So...
Well, not me personally.
In Idaho, the jury has to... And I think this is nationwide, because I think there were problems with judges giving people the death penalty who maybe didn't deserve it. And judges... There's certain judges who just don't believe in the death penalty and would never sentence someone to death. So
and this way you have the entire jury all saying, fuck you, die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, goodbye, Lori Isenberg.
Have fun in the slammer.
Your cushy time in federal prison before... Or will they just send her straight to Idaho? I'm not sure.
I feel like she should have to...
Or does she have to serve out her federal sentence?
I feel like she should get credit for time served for us while there.
Yeah.
And then we can have her when she's done. Because
I feel like there's a lot more ladies in federal prison than in Idaho prison, though.
Maybe somebody will make her stay a little less
Maybe
lovely.
she can join some old lady gang.
Ooh.
And, I don't know, monopolize the commissary or something.
God. She's gonna embezzle the commissary.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, shit.
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
On to the
meat.
The meat.
Double meat?
Egg?
It's okay if you don't understand, because we don't.
I mean, we could explain the joke.
We go to a coffee stand, and they have sandwiches, and you can build your own. And it says double meat and a price, and then it says egg, ?
I'm not sure why we have a question mark by the egg.
Like, do you want egg, but, like, do you want double meat? Do you want bacon? It's just egg. So every time we get coffee, I make a joke that I want my drink and double meat.
Well, and then the egg's the only thing with the question mark.
Egg?
I tried to go there this morning. I was disappointed.
Oh. Whatever.
Well, some idiot in an old Toyota truck was taking their sweet time, and there was that car and then another car behind it, and there was one car, because I went the back way. So there was one car on the other side, and I was like, well, by the time I get turned around and get over there, like...
Yeah.
Someone else is going to be there, because it's a fairly popular coffee stand.
Right.
And so Anyway, I had to abandon ship.
Boo.
But then as soon as I did, the truck pulled away and the other car pulled forward, so I probably would have been fine. But we'll, since we have another viewer, we should probably get back to the topic again instead of my coffee stand problems.
Well, coffee stand problems are real.
They really are.
If you've lived under a rock and don't know who Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell are...
We've made some other videos about it. Go check it out.
Yeah, and they're horrible.
I'm okay with that.
It started back in... I don't know when.
Oh, they're horrible, not our videos.
Sure.
Our videos are horrible too, but it's fine, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. Do we want to... We don't need to talk about backstory, right?
I mean... people should know by now.
Right.
Their kids... Well, her kids were missing. And by missing, I mean buried in Chatty Daddy's backyard with the non-nocturnal raccoon. There was no raccoon, was there? Fuck. With the pets. Don't bury... That just seems so disrespectful to the children and the pets.
Yeah. And the raccoons.
Yeah.
Telling lies like that.
Now there's gonna be some weird, random, non-nocturnal raccoon who's like, I'm real. Hey guys, I'm real.
It was all a lie. I'm real.
I have insomnia. Thanks for asking.
I'm a non-nocturnal raccoon. Anyways, kids are missing. They say, Lori, show us your kids.
Lori
Otherwise,
did not show the kids.
Gonna charge you with felonies for deserting your children.
I think those were just misdemeanors, weren't they?
No, she had 2 felonies.
Oh.
They dismissed them once they were deadsies, though.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
you can't, anyway.
She still has the misdemeanor charges on there because she did the things.
Right.
See,
we lost a viewer.
Suck again. Oh god, I shouldn't
It was my non-nocturnal raccoon.
I shouldn't podcast when I have brain fog.
Maybe you need a drink.
Fuck, I need help. Do you want to give them a rundown of it while I go get a drink?
Okay. Where am I? Oh, from the beginning, more or less?
Just give a summary.
Okay, so Chad has a wife. Her name is Tammy. And she, at one point, thought someone had shot at her with a paintball gun and reported it to the police, as you do. Spoiler alert, it might not have been a paintball gun. And then Chad and Lori meet, and they fall in love. And Chad convinces Lori that they were sealed. That is a Mormon phenomenon. They were married and sealed in a previous life, and that they're going to be together in this life, and they went to the Rexford Temple and had a secret ceremony, just the 2 of them, which obviously is not sanctioned by the mainstream Mormon church. But they did that, and his wife ends up dead, supposedly of natural causes, but then shortly thereafter, Lori's kids disappear, and... No. Got that backwards. Lori's kids were disappeared before Tammy died. But I don't think anyone realized that yet.
Yeah, because Lori's kids were buried in the yard before Tammy died.
Why did you change your clothes? I was real confused for a second.
No.
Hence the non-nocturnal raccoon. Mm-hmm. Where was I? Fuck, I shouldn't be allowed to go live.
I
just
talked
said the F
about...
word.
Fuck.
Okay.
Tammy.
Alive.
Kids buried, though.
Kids buried.
But nobody knows this. They're still like, where the fuck are your kids?
Well, and like, here's the craziest part to me, and I've probably said this before, like, had JJ's biological grandparents not been upset that they hadn't heard from him or talked to him, no one would have questioned it. Because Lori was, like, legit that charismatic that everyone just believed whatever bullshit came out of her mouth. So we pretty much know that they, killed the kids at this point.
Yeah. Innocent until proven guilty. But
I say a lot. I gotta stop that. I've also had 2 shots of vodka.
It happens.
So, we all knew they probably killed the kids.
I mean, after like a month,
well,
you're gonna assume that. Like,
I mean, I really, really hoped that they were like living off the grid with someone. Like, I fingers crossed.
Like some fundamentalist nut that they know. They're like, God, we gotta get him out of.
Because these people are the fundamentalist nuts. I wonder if they've ever hung out with Ammon Bundy.
Oh God.
Gubernatorial candidate Ammon Bundy.
Have I told you how much I hate that word?
Gubernatorial?
Uh-huh.
How about indigent?
I can't say it if I think about it. I can't. Indigent.
Just stop.
Okay.
Because the more you mispronounce it, then I'm going to start mispronouncing
Welcome to Diana Can't Speak.
It's fine. You had COVID.
Yeah. So,
Yay!
A while back, we're sitting there, and we're like, we haven't heard anything for a while. Like, kids are like, dead. They have to be. Mm-hmm. And then, there's police at CHaddy Daddy's house.
And Nate Eaton from East Idaho News went up in the freaking helichopper. Yes, it's a helichopper.
Did they have a warrant or a search warrant or a subpoena?
They had a search warrant.
Yeah, they just show up and they're like, it's a cat toy. I touched it.
Oops.
Just
keep swimming.
Yo, we have a search warrant. We're searching your property. And then, it's because they had cell phone evidence from,
Which we talked about in one of our other videos, but carry on.
Lori's brother that died of natural causes was at the property about the time, kids had probably been not alive anymore. Way back in the beginning when they first disappeared. Like, they figure out they pretty much weren't really missing. They just were straight killed.
Well, and didn't we figure out that, Tylee, they came back from that trip to Yellowstone, and Tylee was pretty much, by the dates in that...
Pretty much, yeah.
Either they killed her on the way home from Yellowstone, or...
I think that trip was literally their, let's go have fun as a family, because we're gonna do this thing.
Because I'm a nice mommy and I love you.
Even though I believe you're evil.
Yeah.
Or dark.
You're zombies and we have to kill you so that, but it's fine because the world's going to end and we're all going to be together in heaven.
Yeah, last July, but look where she is now.
Yep.
Jail.
Yeah.
So they find bodies and you can find out how delightfully taken care of they were and all that.
Well, and we did make a pretty good video about that.
We really did. Watch it.
I think it was alive. You can find it.
Yeah. So...
I think it was on this channel, too.
They just sat in jail for, the last year, though.
Well, yeah, because they got charged with the desecration of a corpse, or... It wasn't desecration, it was evidence tampering. I just like to say desecration of a corpse. It sounds more fun.
It really does.
We're assholes, we're not scumbags, okay? So, we laugh so we don't cry. At least I do, I don't know. Diana's kind of warped, but... I laugh so I don't cry.
I'm just an asshole.
We're not scumbags, though.
Well, true. I don't make fun of victims. I do make fun of their families in this case.
Yeah. Well...
And I'm plagiarizing small town murder.
It's fine. If they met us, they'd love us, too.
I love you, Jimmy and James.
You haven't listened to them. I'm gonna have to listen to them.
I want to say there was another one in our area that was entertaining.
Oh.
But, so then this magic thing called COVID happened.
Yes, COVID happened.
Oh, sorry, don't say COVID on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, will they get rid of us?
I don't know.
There's a global pandemic.
A global pandemic.
Well, I was going to say pandemic, but then I realized we'd be...
Oh!
we'd be gathering the wrong support. I don't believe that, okay? I just think it's funny.
It is funny. So we haven't had grand juries in Idaho for 14 months.
Well, we haven't had juries in Idaho for quite some time also.
We've had a couple.
A couple. In
the last month.
I'm keeping my mouth shut because this is not a podcast about Tyler Rambo.
Anyways.
I digress.
Yep. So all of a sudden, after they've been in jail for a year, indictment.
Well, right. And I mean, they're being held on other charges. It's not like they're sitting in jail not being charged.
Right.
I mean, also, I still go back to people were sitting in jail waiting for jury trials, and someone thought that district court should have potlucks. Anyway, not important.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, me neither. I just made that up. I pulled it out of my
butt.
Yeah, my butt's hole.
Butt's hole.
Oh my gosh, I've been watching Letterkenny lately. What about Stuart? Stuart! Remember?
Yes!
It's massive. Like a can of tennis balls. Or really? Yeah, a 4-pack. Oh. But he's so small. Anyway, I digress.
Anyway, through the magic of public documents in Idaho.
Yes, I love Idaho's public information laws. We can get any information we want. Almost.
We can just be lookies.
Looky,
I have an indictment.
An indictment?
An indictment.
I think I'm gonna mispronounce indictment this whole time just to annoy people.
Also,
actually, that would annoy me.
Please take notice that she is Lori Noreen Vallow, a.k.a. Daybell, because I think it's funny when they call her Vallow.
She was running from the law. She did not have time to change her name.
I know.
You would not have had time to change your name either. You would be too worried about the police finding the corpses of your dead children. Maybe linking you to the death of 2 of your dead husbands.
Was Tammy dead when they got married? I mean, she had to
Yeah, she'd been dead for a week.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe it was 10 days. I don't know. It wasn't that long.
Hey, the poison finally worked. Let's go to Hawaii and get married on Sunday.
I was gonna try the bacon beans again, but I tried them once and they're weird.
They're bacon beans.
But they're sweet. It's really the weirdest thing ever. Okay, let's talk about this indictment.
See Guy Daybell and Lori Nori.
See Guy Daybell run?
See Guy Daybell go to jail. Are accused.
See Guy Daybell jump. Bet Lori tells him how high.
Well, yeah. Grand jury of Fremont County, which is half the population of Fremont County, probably, by this indictment as follows.
Well, and they probably had to call a special grand jury just for this. Like, Kootenai County would call the same grand jury, and you had to serve for 3 months, and you had to be there every Wednesday.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't disclose that information. It's fine. Who cares if it happens on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Also, no one's watching this, so no one will learn the secrets.
Right. Whatever. So, count 1, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception.
So, this confused me.
Oh, Alex Cox is listed as a co-conspirator, but he's deadsies, so.
Right, yeah. I mean, they can't make him any more dead.
Nope.
This charge confused me a little bit. Like, I feel like they should have done conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit grand theft by deception.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
But it's fine. It's just, I feel like they should be choosing.
So
and look at all those codes.
Fuck it, YOLO. I've got chapter 24 right here.
Title 18, chapter 24.
Grading of theft. Is that one of them? Oh, God.
No, I think it was the
property taken or deliberately killed as livestock or any other animal exceeding $150.
This seems like petty theft. Go back.
Okay, what was the fucking...
182403 is for sure theft. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Not the grading of theft, it's just this one.
Oh,
but the conspiracy...
1 and 4A.
Okay.
Person steals property and commits theft with intent to deprive another of property or to appropriate the same to himself. I don't really understand.
Is this the one with the kids' Social Security?
It might be. Oh,
benefits?
A person commits theft when he knowingly receives, retains, conceals, obtains control over, possesses, or disposes of stolen property, knowing the property to have been stolen or under such circumstances. Permanently of benefit. Basically, yeah, that's what I'm taking that as.
I think that was the count. Yeah. So they killed Tylee with the intent of collecting her Social Security death benefits from her because she got those because her dad died.
Which death was her dad? Again?
No, not Vallow. Ryan. I can't remember his first name.
Which one did Alex kill?
Alex killed
Charles
Vallow.
Okay, so Tylee's dad died naturally?
I mean, there was no autopsy.
And he was cremated, right?
And he was cremated, and Lori was notified before the rest of the family, and I think she collected some life insurance. I sense a pattern here.
You know what I like? On or between October blah blah blah, C. Guy Daybell, run, did endorse, and Lori, espouse religious beliefs for the purpose of encouraging and or justifying the homicide of Tylee Ryan. Like, this court document literally is going back to their cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs beliefs of zombies and shit.
Well, and like, we all know about their light and dark chart and all that weirdness. Like, we know about these things. So, I mean, I think it was interesting. I don't know. I just find it interesting that I don't understand why it had to be religious beliefs. But, I mean, obviously it was.
Yeah. Well, so she changes the Social Security account to hers.
Right.
Then they move up here.
Well, but, like, here's the thing. Tylee was a minor, so she was probably on the other account anyway. Which just makes me wonder what, like, was it just for convenience?
Yeah.
Like, why not just leave it Because you know she had like, this kid was a minor. Like, the kid didn't have sole control of that account.
Right. But, you know, maybe it was a plan. Like, it'll be easier to keep getting the money if it's already in my name.
Maybe.
I don't know what this, what is the definition of SSW wind direction?
South-southwest?
Well, I know that, but I was just going to Google it because Chad did. Talk about something else.
Well, he probably wanted to make sure that the smell of burning flesh did not blow towards his neighbors. Do you think I'm wrong?
No. Long pig.
Huh?
Long pig.
Why long pig?
People meat. People are long pig.
Ew. Bears are fuzzy pigs.
Yeah.
Ask Sean's grandpa. At least that's what Sean told me his grandpa told him, was that bears are fuzzy pigs.
Wind is blowing from the south-southwest towards north-northeast. So yes, he's basically confirming the direction of the wind. Is it going to the south or from the south?
Interesting.
So we're Googling wind, and we had a fire.
He doesn't, well, and it's
to burn the limbs because it was going to rain.
Ugh, the limbs.
Mm-hmm.
The human limbs.
Uh-huh. She failed to tell the Social Security Administration that Tylee died.
But back up. Alex Cox did go to 565 Pioneer Road, apartment 175.
Isn't that her apartment where Tylee lived?
Probably, but I also think his apartment was...
Yeah.
I don't even know that he lived in his apartment. I think it was purely...
Staging?
Yes. Well, I think it was... Fuck, I hit the cat toy. I think it was like the clean zone where we had it all tarped off. I mean, I have maybe watched Dexter too many times.
I was just going to say Dexter?
Yeah, that's kind of what I picture.
Well... You know, if you don't... Earmuffs if you're sensitive. Tylee was cut up before she was burned.
Yeah, you gotta have a spot.
Probably didn't do it out in Chatty Daddy's yard.
Well, no, because, like, in southern Idaho, there ain't no trees. Your neighbors are seeing what you're doing.
So you'd have to... somewhere else.
So, you know how you had to make a drink?
Yeah. You have to pee?
Yep.
Okay.
Continue reading to the peoples.
Well, I'll just count two's first-degree murder, which is fun. Shit. I was gonna do something else. Hang on. I suck. 1701. I forgot how to do everything. Conspiracies. Criminal conspiracies. The important thing I would like you to know is affect the extent as it is provided under the laws of the state of Idaho for the punishment of the crime or offenses that each combined to commit. So, like, if you conspire, you kind of can get, like, the same punishment.
I've returned.
This is my favorite.
What?
The conspiracy about each shall be punishable upon conviction in the same manner and to the same extent as provided under the laws for the punishment of the crime or offenses conspired of.
Yeah, so in Idaho,
you don't even have to kill somebody.
Just as guilty of killing someone having planned it.
Yeah.
With someone as if you had done it.
So let's just go back for a second to keep track. Count 1, death penalty eligible. Minimum 10 years if the death penalty is not sought.
Okay.
Plus, I think the grand theft is like 15 or something.
Yeah.
Count 2, first degree murder. This pertains to
Tylee.
The planned malice aforethought.
They planned it.
Willfully, deliberately, and with premeditation, which resulted in the death of a human being, to wit, did either kill Tylee Ryan and or assist in the killing of Tylee Ryan and or did encourage the killing of Tylee Ryan and or did command another to kill Tylee Ryan. Like, covering your bases, F you. Death penalty eligible.
Yes.
Otherwise, minimum 10 years. Count 3 and 4 are like the same except for JJ.
I'm just going to sit here and enjoy my popcorn while you read me this.
So, I mean, once again.
Because this is like a bad Lifetime movie.
Yeah, well, oh, God.
Not real.
God, I can't believe it. How there's... I can't. This is exactly the same as the charge for Tylee, except regarding JJ. Different overt acts, but, you know. Basically the same. Once again, first degree murder. We don't care if you did it, told somebody else to do it, helped doing it, or basically thought really hard
Covered
about
it up
doing
after
it.
the fact.
We're just saying.
You did it.
4 death penalty eligible charges, and if they run consecutively, a minimum of 40 years. Oh, count 5. Conspiracy to commit first-degree murder regarding Chatty Daddy's wife, Tammy.
What?
You know why? Because they exhumed her, right? How long ago? And we never heard anything. And I'm like, you know, if they exhumed her and did an autopsy and found nothing, they would have said so.
They probably would have.
But it was fucking silent, which kind of meant they were
holding on to the results.
They were testing
take
which
them to the grand jury.
Which herbicide was used, which I'm still banking on Roundup. It sounds like Roundup.
Yeah.
And he has land. He could be spraying his weeds. And his wife.
Well.
Anyway, count 5. Death penalty eligible. That's 5. And or 50 years, baby. So he bought a burner phone. Alex Cox bought a burner phone.
Don't people know that burner phones, like, really mean nothing anymore?
Text messages between C-Guy Daybell Run and Lori Vallow about Tammy being in limbo and Tammy being possessed by a spirit named Viola.
This is news to me. I'm glad the spirit has a name and that her name is Viola.
Viola.
Who was Charles? Remember?
Oh, shit. I don't know. We're gonna have to just compile, like, all the facts and just write a really bad screenplay.
Charles was Nick Schneider. That was the name of the guy possessing Charles.
So,
I wonder if Nick Schneider and Viola knew each other.
I bet they did.
I bet they did.
They probably were doing it on the spirit plane.
I hope so.
And that's why they both had to die. What? September 8th, 2019.
Seems a little hypocritical, but whatever.
C-Guy Daybell and Tammy signed an agreement increasing her life insurance to the maximum allowed under her policy.
And that was on what day?
September 8th?
Wasn't it the same day Tylee was killed?
Probably.
Or very adjacent.
Yeah, it all... I'm going to have to draw a timeline.
We should have made a timeline before we started this. I'm eating my popcorn.
Okay. So then Alex attempted to shoot Tammy on October 9th.
I'd really hoped it was some dumb kid with a paintball gun.
Alex Cox conducted multiple internet searches related to Grendel drop and shooting through a Dodge Dakota.
Did she drive a Dodge Dakota?
I'm assuming so. He'd been going to the gun range in the months prior.
I don't think we should hold anyone accountable for going to the shooting range.
If you go to the gun range and you're in Idaho, you're just, like, normal, but...
Well, actually... No.
Well, okay.
Where I live, we go find a nice hill to shoot into, so we're not shooting, you know, where we don't know where we're shooting, and we get targets. And don't shoot across roads.
Well, Grendel Drop is about a video game, apparently.
Is it about shooting peoples?
Grendel's component blueprints are awarded for completing missions on Europa, but to access these missions, you must first purchase locators from the arbitration honors vendor found in any relay.
Am I supposed to know what any of that meant?
No, and I have never played how to farm for and or build Grendel. It just sounds like Grundle, which is the taint. Anyway, so he was apparently looking up
Shoot 'em up video games?
Basically.
Okay.
It might actually be, it's like muzzle velocity and stuff.
Oh.
So figuring out how far away he probably needed to be to shoot her through a Dodge Dakota. I'm guessing. I'm just guessing.
Well, he failed.
Clearly. Traveled from Sportsman's Warehouse to the vicinity of the Daybell residence on October 9th.
Oh my god. He didn't have the forethought to buy him ammo in advance?
No. He attempted to shoot Tammy Daybell. Bad ammo. This one makes me giggle because
reject.
This...
Glad he's dead.
This count is for C-Guy Daybell Run and only C-Guy Daybell Run. It is first-degree murder for either killing Tammy, assisting killing Tammy, encouraging the killing of Tammy, or commanding somebody else to kill Tammy. Why? So he could marry Lori? Ugh.
On a beach in Hawaii?
A week after.
Gross.
Gross.
You gotta get married, though, so you can do the nasty.
You don't think they'd done the nasty at all? She would have to be really good in bed or something for him to go to this length. Like,
maybe she gets a real good handy.
Is that legal, or did they do it in the butt?
I mean, I feel like butt sex it would be considered unnatural by the Mormons.
But I thought it didn't count.
It is a poop hole loophole. Maybe they were just soaking.
Oh, God.
Did you want to talk about soaking again?
You mean because Mormon God is a T-Rex?
Right, and it only counts if you move? It's the thrusting that makes it sinful.
Ah,
so if you just delicately put it in there.
Not the penetration.
And leave it there, which really can't feel good.
Just...
Sounds awful.
Yeah. You cannot brandish the penis.
There will be no brandishing.
Penetrating is not brandishing. Oh, fuck. Don't ask. It's not important. Oh, count 7, grand theft. Lori cashed Social Security benefits of the kids.
Dumbass. Amateur move.
Yeah, pretty much. Was not entitled, and which did belong to the government of the United States of America.
Well, I mean, technically, it was a benefit paid to her children from that. So she still wasn't entitled to it. Her children were.
Right, like if her children are not there, I think that money is the government's still. Or so the government say. Oh, insurance fraud for CHaddy Daddy. Because
I've never seen like a life insurance fraud case. I had a really good car insurance fraud case once. Anyway, carry on.
41,293. Basically, yeah, he made a false claim and
well, yeah, because, you're not allowed to kill someone and then collect their life insurance policy.
What? Does it specify that in the fine print?
Probably.
Fuck.
But no one reads that shit.
No, they don't. Chad didn't.
Obviously.
Or he thought...
I mean, I feel like everyone knows that.
So she had 2 life insurance policies. Fucking hell.
I think when I worked at the county, I had 3. I mean, one was like an accidental death or dismemberment insurance.
You know how much I hate that they call it that? Like, this is in case your leg gets chopped off accidentally because your normal insurance doesn't cover that. I mean, dismemberment's expensive. But, so...
I really liked the part about the religious teachings or beliefs.
Right. But what I really like is...
But that's the thing, these dumb fucks had it all written out.
So, insurance fraud, I would just like to say imprisonment not to exceed 15 years.
So 15 years is the max.
Grand theft, I think, carries the 14 or something.
Probably, I don't remember.
I mean, basically, we're sitting at like... Fuck it. Let's count years, if not deadsies. I really hope they get like 6 death sentences, though, because that's pretty metal.
But you can only kill someone once.
I know, but Joseph Duncan had a bunch.
Kill them, bring them back to life.
Yes.
Kill them, bring them back to life.
Yeah,
just seems rude.
They have the stuff to stop the lethal injection from lethaling. Although I feel like we should legalize the firing squad before their death date if they get sentenced.
Idaho was hanging people like well into the 70s.
I want to say another state just went back to the firing squad being an option.
I think Utah's still firing squads people.
I think they stopped in like the late 90s or something.
Did they?
I think so. Anyway, so count 1.
Deadsies.
We'll just call it deadsies or 10.
Up to life.
Count 2, deadsies or minimum
Up to life.
Minimum of 20. Count 3, deadsies or minimum of 30. Count 4.
I'm already up to like 70.
Deadsies or
dead.
Like, basically we've got a minimum of what?
Probably 60, 70 years.
60 for those. Grand theft would give Lori another 14, I think. And then Chatty Daddy's insurance could give him up to another 30 if they run consecutively. And you know what I really like? No bond for Chatty Daddy.
There's no point.
Well, not that anybody would actually... Anyway, but...
Well, no, but, like, also he's being held on, like... If he could have bonded, he would have bonded on the... corpse desecration.
Which was
evidence destruction, sorry.
And they were being held on million, weren't they?
I think so, something like that.
Because they knew they murdered him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, so Chatty Daddy got all of this read to him in court, not the details, but the punishments.
Well, they said what the charges were and punishments.
Right.
They did not go into detail.
And he understood them, and his attorney understood that he understood them or something.
Well, I'm sure he had been served with the indictment attached to the warrant.
Yeah.
Which, we're arresting you, but you're already here, so you have to take these papers.
Just slide them through the bars. Because in my head, they still have bars, even though they probably just have
it's
doors.
probably just the jail deputy who's like, dude.
Mail call.
Here's your shit.
Yeah, guess what? You're not leaving. So, but Lori's turn is next.
Okay, so Chad had his initial appearance. Because when you're indicted by a grand jury, it forgoes the preliminary hearing process, so you're automatically bound over to district court to answer for the charges.
So what's the benefit of grand jury over a preliminary hearing process?
So, with the grand jury, the proceedings of the grand jury are secret. Not sacred. I couldn't help myself, sorry.
I support you.
Okay. So, we don't know. Like, with the prelim, like, we heard all the evidence. We heard about the states of the bodies. We don't have any of that.
Yeah.
Like, we've gathered from the indictment that they probably had some cell phone records. But, like, and obviously they had Tammy's autopsy report. But we don't know the contents of that because it went before a grand jury. I was on a grand jury one time.
Was it cool?
Meh. It was kind of boring. It wasn't any good charges.
Mm.
Well, so the county we live in, they have started doing the grand juries purely to stop the preliminary hearing process in certain cases. Because there's certain defense attorneys that make prelims a nightmare.
Am I guessing what one of them is?
You know who it is.
Okay.
Anyway, so if you have a grand jury, it goes straight to the district court judge. It doesn't have to go before a magistrate for a prelim. Because the grand jury determines if there's probable cause. Which probable cause is an incredibly low standard. Well, I don't know, it's not the same as, like, being found guilty. It's
right.
More likely than not, these people did it.
There's enough justification to go after proof.
Basically, there's enough to charge them.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing, they haven't even been charged with these crimes yet.
Right.
So had the grand jury decided there was not enough information to charge them, we would not have seen an indictment. The case would have been completely and totally sealed. Nobody other than those people on that grand jury, the prosecutor. I don't even think the witnesses would they would figure it out when no charges were ever pressed.
Yeah.
But, like, no one would have known.
But, like, hush hush never happened.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
Right.
So, I would just like to point out, like you did when we watched this on the big TV, that Chad is wearing an expertly tied straight tie.
His attorney is not.
His attorney looks like he just got done doing a quickie in the bathroom and threw his tie on real fast.
Maybe he did. Maybe he's hot for one of the lady prison guards.
I'm sure he
Or
is.
jailers.
But I'm just saying, like, you've got the two of them in ties. Chad gets to wear his nice pressed white shirt.
Also, the attorney probably drove over from Boise in the morning, which is like a 4 or 5 hour drive.
Yeah. Because isn't their office in Meridian?
Yeah, Meridian's like Boise.
Yeah.
And
this is...
Rexburg
Boise... Other
sides of the pot.
Yeah.
The pan?
The pan.
Since we're in the panhandle?
We're in the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Not the tippy part of the handle, really. Close.
We're pretty darn close.
But we're in the part with running water, electricity, and literacy.
That is true.
Scary up north.
That is true. Did you know there are a bunch of Mormon fundamentalists that live in Bonner's Ferry?
Fuck. Do you want to go Mormon fundamentalist watching?
No, sometimes you can see them at Costco.
Oh, Jeebus.
You can tell by the braids.
So I have to hang out at...
I mean, I only saw them there that one time, but...
Well, that one time and all the time is different.
Yeah, but there were like 10 of them. So that counts as like 10 different times spotting the fundamentalists. Oh, so Lori's hearing was continued.
I was trying to find a sweet...
Which is mysterious to me. Like, are they trying to say she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs now?
Well, that doesn't fucking matter in Idaho.
Well,
like...
they'd have to pause things to do the 18-2-10-2-11 evaluation.
I mean, I feel like they kind of maybe need to in her case. Because... how do you get to this point?
They tried to evaluate her in Arizona, and she was fine.
Because she's a compulsive liar and knows how to answer the questions? But why would you not prove you're kind of crazy at some point? I still think she should have stuck with the attorney that had the sleeve problem.
Her attorney is kind of goofy. And I don't think he has a lot of criminal experience.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
I needed to find... Well, it doesn't have her attorney in it. It's fine. Oh, God. Bloop! So, comparatively... I mean, here's the comparison. So, he's in his well-pressed shirt, his very straight tie. Look at that knot.
Well, and remember, they're in different county jails.
Yes. And then you have Lori, who maybe it's continued because she's the only person in all of these proceedings wearing a mask. I can't imagine she's afraid of COVID from her one contact with her attorney in this office. I mean, I'm assuming not. Maybe she thinks COVID is the devil.
And the different county jails might have different regulations.
But the attorney didn't have a mask on.
I don't know.
I guess I was above the law for the most part at work. Not saying I work anywhere.
No.
But she's in her, like, prison sweatshirt and her mask, sat in the corner. Her attorney was not, like, arm in arm with her. Like, Chad and him were real close, and he was kind of far away from her. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a COVID-related continuance.
Like, we're waiting on test results.
Also, he met with... Because remember, hers was late getting started. And...
I know, I was very impatient.
Met with her attorney and the state's attorney in chambers. So... I don't understand why the judge made him go to the jail. Because he could have been like, Judge, my client has COVID. Well, can I please appear elsewhere?
In that county, the jail and the court might be touching.
Well, they're probably, I mean, like in Wallace, they're across the street from each other. They walk the inmates across the street in shackles.
How have I never gone and watched that happen?
Same.
Sounds fun.
It does.
We could spitball
We should go over there on a Monday.
We really should.
Ensure that there's actually inmates to walk her. I mean, I don't know, with COVID, they might have figured out Zoom from the jail. But anyway.
From across the street.
Whatever.
It just seems stupid at that point.
It really does. I'm tired of Zoom.
Yeah?
I hate it.
Yeah? I don't even have to use it at work.
Lucky you.
I'm over it.
I don't have to use it anymore.
I'm sick of hearing people talk about Zoom hearing info when defendants can't figure it out, and then they're calling freaking out because they don't want to miss their court date. And it's like I get that, but,
Or,
you know.
I've been in the waiting room for 10 minutes. There's 15 other people scheduled at the same time as you, and your last name starts with V. You're going to be waiting. Anyway, I digress.
And I don't care if you're impatient.
So I feel like if she has COVID, he would not have been in the same room with her at the jail.
No, and she also looks like she's kind of happy under her mask there.
She does a little bit.
Chad laughed at one point, but it may have been nervous laughter.
Yeah.
But he giggled, and I don't know if I trust him. I mean, I don't trust him, but...
He's a creepy fucking weirdo.
Well, yeah. So, where do you sit with the charges as splayed?
I'm intrigued to see how the religious beliefs portion of the indictment pans out. I mean, I do think overall it's part of the conspiracy.
Well, because there's, like, factoids we've read about her beliefs before, and, like...
Well, yeah.
Zombies.
I think this is just a combination of two people who shared very literal, yet extreme, beliefs of their religion. Because, like, in the Book of Mormon, like, it was okay when Nephi killed Laban to get the records of his people. Like, really? It's okay, God, to kill a guy just to get records? Like, I don't think so. So, I really think, like, I think she at least believed that she was justified. Which is alarming.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why, once again, I will say religious fundamentalism is dangerous. There's at least 4 people dead. If not 5. Because of this woman's religious beliefs. And this man's. Well, he probably had nothing to do with Joseph Ryan being killed. But.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard that audio of her talking about how she just wished that she could just kill Joseph Ryan?
Oh, God, no.
It's pretty good.
It's like, well, somebody did, probably.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then, like, the only reason his family was notified, I guess, was because she wouldn't, like, claim his body.
God.
So, like, literally, she could have, like, been like, oh, yeah, I'll claim his body, and, like, had him cremated, and his family wouldn't have known for, like, even longer that he died. Anyway, that was Tylee's dad. I really think she killed him. That's my own personal opinion. I have no proof.
I was hoping I was going to find a thing about her kooky scale of
Well, I think
light
it's Chad's
and dark.
kooky scale.
Was it Chad's kooky scale?
Mm-hmm.
There's decimal points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Chad has a visionary gift because he had near-death experiences, and Lori, I don't know, what does she think? She's a prophet or some shit?
Yeah. I think Lori just takes her religion too seriously and thinks it's literal. And that Joseph Smith didn't make up the whole Book of Mormon.
By staring in a hat with a rock?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know why he had to get the plates out of the side of a mountain if he was going to just go like this. But anyway. I digress.
The mystery! Because Jesus made him go climb up the mountain and stuff.
It was Moroni.
Whatever.
Jesus just told him all the churches were wrong.
Oh.
But it was maybe God, and it was maybe Jesus, and it was maybe both of them. The story changed like 5 times. Okay, I see why Lori relates to this nonsense.
Because I'm confused.
Yeah.
God. Anyway, so Chad gets arraigned on June 9th at some time to be determined in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see when Lori gets her continuance. I hope one of them rolls on the other one so bad.
One of them has to.
Right?
Like, I don't see either one of them going down with the ship.
They can't both take this shit all the way to jury trial, right?
No. Well, and didn't they combine the other 2 cases for, like, the other 2 cases have been joined for trial. Like, they're getting the same trial if they go to trial on that case.
Well, so that one, you know, they canceled that sentencing date. Now it's just set for a status conference and nothing else. And now I'm like, is it because of possible pending charges?
You mean trial?
Well, yeah. Well, you know.
You have to either admit to something or be found guilty before you get sentencing.
Yeah, but, so the jury trial, though, there's just no, like, it got vacated. but there was no continuance date. There's just a status in the middle of June. And so then this pops up, and I'm
Maybe
like...
they're going to discuss available dates, and if they can, consolidate all the cases into one.
I was going to say, consolidate the 75 felonies into one easy-to-read list?
Yes.
Fuck a doodle dandy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping we'd get something like this from them to, maybe find justice. But that is one hell of an indictment.
It is a very interesting indictment.
It really is. Like, that's a lot.
And I find it weird how they did one indictment for both of them.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that whole...
I feel like that's a small county thing.
It must be. I really want to know.
I mean, because
how many inmates
don't really know
have.
how much I can say legally. I'll just say I've clerked grand juries with co-defendants, and in my experience, there have been separate indictments.
We're also in a big county, and they're in a little county.
That is true.
Right now, we're on, I don't know, thousands of criminal cases, and they're on, 1423? 1623? Something like that.
And that counts our traffic tickets, I'm assuming.
Pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
So...
We're past that in civil case numbers.
So this is what's at the end of mine.
Oh. Yeah, that's why that one wasn't released.
Yeah. I just didn't know if any of this was intriguing to us, at least. Ah, is that No, the other one. Oh! God. Okay.
Well. Heavens. Well, do we have anything else?
I don't think so.
They were indicted.
We're eagerly awaiting arraignments and things.
I want to see who rolls over on who.
I feel like if Chad's smart, he would hurry up and do it. Because he's got an extra murder charge on there.
But I feel like Lori has looked out for herself for a very long time. And will continue to look out for number one.
But at what point do you take a deal to get death off the table?
I mean, she still has one living child. She's got something to live for. Maybe. I don't know.
Do we know where that child rated on her scale?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure his wife was dark, though. She didn't like his wife.
Well, then clearly she's dark.
Well, follow us on the things. Thanks for watching our shitty-ass live.
Yeah. It's what we do.
There was a joke I was going to make, but I don't think I can squeeze it in now.
You said shitty ass and squeeze.
So the joke I was going to make.
Sure. Now it is. Yeah.
We should just end this.
Okay, bye.
Bye.